going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Every time a new file comes out with this Jeffrey Epstein thing, it gets worse and worse and worse. And we see the people in power, the people that we see on TV, the people that always shouting about law and order, people wearing suits, these rich billionaires and millionaires, the people that own all the corporations that force us to buy their products and use their services, they're all in on the game. They're all in on this stuff, right? And we have their names. We know what they look like, right? But yet justice is not being done. We need a mass purge, guys. We need a mass purge. We cannot continue like this. We can't continue to let our children be taken advantage of like this. And it doesn't matter if the child is black, white, yellow. It doesn't matter. Children are innocent until they're corrupt by their parents. Children are innocent until they're corrupt by rich people in suits. Do you know how many adults are walking around right now who were, taken advantage of when they were children, but they keep it to themselves? Do you realize how big this really is? These are not isolated incidences. These are just not things that just happen every now and then. This is a systematic issue that we have here. This is an institutional problem. This is a global pandemic problem. And there's one demographic that champions this extracurricular activity. All right. Now, to be honest, Arabs too, but they're not being highlighted, because when I was over there, they do this on a regular basis. This is normal for them. So I got to be honest. It's two demographics that are involved in these extracurricular activities at a institutional pandemic rate. It's rich white folks in suits and rich Arab folks in suits. And that, in fact, is the truth. I'm going to put some information here, man, so you guys can be up to speed of what's going on. And listen, I'm warning you about what you're about to hear. All right. I'm warning you, right? We got to do something about this. We can't keep closing our eyes to this, right? We can't just keep looking at the milk box with the missing person and just, tossing it away. We can't just walk past the pole with all the missing people reports and just walk by it like we don't see it. And that's our problem. We're so complacent. We think, oh, we can't do anything. They're rich. No, we can do something. Something can be done. It just takes willpower to do something. It takes people to say, you know what, I've had enough. It takes people to be empathetic towards other people's children, because children are innocent, like I said, until they're corrupted or until they're abused, right? And then, like a domino effect, sometimes that abused person becomes the abuser. They pass it along through generation to generation. So anyway, without further ado, you guys tell me what y'all think in the comment sections. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach something. I'm out.
The current executive branch and the legislative branch that is majority Republican and the Supreme Court are all pedophile protectors. Every single one of them protects child rapists. One in particular that I want to focus on right now is Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi declares that she is a warrior for justice. She wears her Christian cross all the time. And this that I'm about to show you was in the Epstein files, and she protects the sender of this email. Pop this up. To Jeffrey Epstein from Redacted. Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty. So why is Pam Bondi and Trump's DOJ redacting this child rapist's name from the files? Why is everybody providing cover when a lot of the victims' names, survivors' names were not redacted? But that to me just shows you how flagrant it is. And child predators are very flagrant about it. They're very flagrant about the social things that they do regarding sex. And this is so brazen. This is after it's already been revealed that this man is a predator, and they all go down. You have to ask yourself, why? Why did he do it? Why wasn't he scared? Why wasn't he scared of getting rearrested? Why did he seem to accelerate, not deaccelerate? Why didn't he say, hey, no emails, no record of any of this stuff? He's responding to all of this stuff because he has blackmail footage on people in our government and very wealthy people, and he worked for very bad people, Vladimir Putin and the government of Israel.
Here's the thing, and it is so important to remember that this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, he was hanging out with Trump, communicating with Trump, alleged to have been at the White House for 2017 Thanksgiving. And then Trump says, I don't know him. I don't know anything about it. Just all that bullshit. But the reality is these people, not only did they think Jeffrey Epstein was powerful and cool? And, you hear some people say that, well, I was only around him because I wanted to be close to power. Well, that tells me everything I need to know about you. But in that email, your littlest girl was naughty. And they were knee slapping. When he wrote it, he had a smile from ear to ear. Where's the prosecution of this person? Where's the investigation into this person? The deposition at the very least. You don't have it. You didn't have it under Biden. You don't have it under Trump. And that tells me these elites and these oligarchs, and Jeffrey Epstein was number one, because I think you are spot fucking on. The reason he didn't stop is because he thought he was completely never going to be punished. Because just look, when he was arrested in 2000, I think it was 7, the plea was in 2008. His home, he knew before it was raided because they went in and took all the video equipment and all the videos and files that he had in that home. It was taken before the FBI got there. He got a day pass jail sentence. He got a day pass to go anywhere he wanted, and then he slept in the jail at night. It's bullshit. Right. And there's no other reason he would not have tried to stop. He thought he would get away with it forever because so many people in powerful positions were mired in the whole deal.
Yeah. And when Alex Costa gave him that sweetheart deal, because the case was strong, all of the evidence was really, really strong. And it was really puzzling as to why he got this kind of deal. And it's because he has blackmail footage on very, very powerful people. And this was such a culture of rape. This is such a rape culture that you saw Howard Lutnick's wife, after it's been revealed, after when Pump said 2008, when he plead guilty to child rape, when he pled guilty to child rape or charges similar to that. Howard Lutnick's wife emails him, we're on a yacht. We want to stop by your island. We are a party of 2 families. We have a few boys and a few girls. Why the details of the kids? Why that they are young? Why the gender? Because everybody knew that this was his kink. And so there's a woman named Ava Dubin who's now married to a hedge fund manager. And she sends Jeffrey Epstein the following email after 2008, after everybody in the world, especially people in these elite New York, Palm Beach circles, the 0.01%, the 1%, they all knew. Think about your personal lives. If somebody gets charged with child rape, it's going to be the buzz of the town. When these elite circles, it was the buzz of the town. This woman, Ava Dubin, sends him the following email. Put this up. She says, come and visit next week. Selena will have 5 friends over. Selena was this woman's teenage daughter. And so there is just such a culture here of how accepted this is with collaborators and enablers to this. And I've never been one that is just super impressed by wealth, but I've seen it. I have seen people fall over themselves and take advantage of and want to curry favor with the wealthy people in their lives. And I have seen wealthy people get away with behaviors that normal, non-millionaire, billionaire people would get away with. I've seen it a bunch. I have seen this. I have seen women not protect their children from people that they know their children shouldn't be around. And this is about the most disgusting thing combined with Howard Lutnick's, and how many other pedophile collaborators are out there?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.